So, كل سنة وانتم طيبين. Just number one, thank you for coming. Very important. We know as you get the timetable, every month we have family meeting. What family meeting? We have primary now 2 parts. We have from Kindi tier 1 or 2. There's 1 part. Alice, you looking after this. And from 3 to 5, Uncle I am Michael Misiha. And once a month we have family meeting. That's the 2 combined group. And once a month you have your zone meeting. So every group with his coordinator. The coordinator from Kindi to 2, Alice. And from 3 to 5, Michael Misiha. That's right. I will give just 15 minutes every month for the family meeting. That's my job. And if you have anything, you see your zone coordinator first. If any problem, just see me. I be here usual every second Sunday in Kensington. All right. Very important. We need to ask ourselves. The topic it's about 6. We take it in 6 months. First month today we talk about one very important question. Why I am serving? Can someone tell me something? Why we serve? Now, if you understand it very well, why I'm serving, I'm not have to call anyone. I tell him, come, we have to start 1 o'clock. I'm not going to call anyone. I tell him, did you visit your kids or not? I'm not going to ask a person, did you prepare your lesson or not? Or I'm not going to get someone one night before tell me, I'm sorry, I didn't prepare my lesson. Why I'm serving actually? It's a very important question. Because anything we do, they have a reason. Any answer. So we can start discussion. We love God. That's very important. So I'm not serving in the church just for show off. I'm not serving the church for any benefit, or I'm not serving God because I'm scared I can lose my job or I get sick or anything like I see around. I am serving God because I love God. That's right. Because I love God, I have to love His children. Fair enough. If someone make a big favor for me, give me a job, and they tell me, Ehab, I want you to look after my son, what I should do? God, when He was in the earth, before He ascension to heaven, He told His disciples, I want you to do what? To go preach all the nation and teach them everything, and He breathes in their face, He makes them a priest, and they teach them, and whatever He forgive his sin be forgiven, and remain his sin to remain, and they start to preach all the world. So God, when He was in the earth, His kingdom didn't complete yet, but He sent His disciples to complete His kingdom. So God, He chose us and use us to continue and complete His kingdom. God will love you because you died for us. You shed your blood for our sin. I'm the one that's supposed to be in the cross, not Jesus. He didn't do anything. We the one done the sin, and we inherited from Adam and Eve. That's why we're serving. We're serving because we love God. So actually, if you love God, you can come late Sunday school. Actually, if I love God and He done big favor for me, I'm not going to visit His kids. If I know His kids in trouble, I will look after them and support them or not. Why we serve? Very important question mark. Everyone ask himself. Because we love Him very much, that's why we look after His kids. When Jesus met the Samaritan woman, and He started to talk to her, and walk how many hours in the heat until meet her? How many hours He walk? In the heat. Sometimes I go visit kids, half an hour, come home, half an hour, I use my car from here to there. He walk in his foot on the heat, 6 hours to bring a person. And after the Samaritan woman start to change, start the work of God inside her, what she done? Went everywhere and she told them, come see someone. He told all what I did. Come and test with the spring of water, everlasting water. That's why we test God. That's why we want to transfer it from us to his kids. God with us or without us, he can work. One day the people coming, he told them, I can make the stone son of Moses and son of Abraham, and it's going to praise God. But God gave us this blessing to serve him. Why I'm serving? Because I love him, so I love his kids. One of the servants is now a priest. He said one day he was a manager of bank, but this bank bought by one of the Gulf countries. So this Gulf country, all of them, big beards. So he's a Christian. So first one, they send him home, After 2 months, they call him. They tell him, listen, we'll try our best to get rid of you, but we can't. Everyone, you're honest, your paper work perfectly, that's why we have to bring you back. He said, first day I went to my work, I have 6, 7 people working in the office with me, and everyone, he's the son-in-law of the owner of the bank, brother-in-law of the owner of the bank, everyone, his big beard, big mark in his head. He said, first day wasn't this at all. He said, something inside me, he told me, serve them. He said, I was the manager, they're supposed to start at 9 o'clock, I come 7 o'clock. They repair all their paperwork, clean their desk, tied up everything. The fridge, I get them full of food. And they eat, thank you Mr. Filan, thank you Mr. Filan. Even their work left over, I finish their work. I start to serve them, and serve them, and serve them. After 1 year, he said, I coming one day at 7 o'clock, I found all of them waiting for me. They told him, Mr. Filan, every day you serve us, one day we're coming to give you a rest. He said, the day I left, because they ordained him as a priest, they was crying, Mr. Filan, you work a priest in the morning and come work with us afternoon. We pay you more than the church pay you. He said, why? Because I serve them. If I start and I be their boss, if we start with Sunday school, I think I'm a teacher, I know better than them. He never serving good with God's children. We serve these kids to take their blessing, and the wise servant, he learning from the kids. Not because I did degree in this, or not because I finished uni in this, I think I'm more smarter. No. These kids, God work in them, and they're very simple and honest and very easy to work with. And God, he told us, unless you be like these little children, what can happen to us? You're not going to go enter the kingdom of God. So number one, I serve God because I love him. Number two, very important, you as a Sunday school servant, you have to know this service in your blood. Whatever you go, you need to serve. You're not only Sunday school servant in St. George, Kensington. I remember one day I went to funeral in Catholic church, okay? And in Catholic church, I found different than us. And I found the priest, he called, he said, if anyone here is Sunday school servant, please come and take the kids and give them a lesson. I nearly stand and I want to go. Why? Because I feel it's inside me. I was in Luxor in Egypt last year before, and the kids waiting for the bus to take them home. It was a small village. I found the kids, lying big line, and the bus, I asked them, how long for the bus to come? They said about 15 minutes. I told the kids, sit. I sent someone to give them lolly, and I started them, what lesson you take today? They said, this lesson. I started to talk to them. I found the priest was a monk. He said, Ehab, every time you come Egypt, please come to us. You're going to serve here with us. In your blood. Service must be in your blood. At work, at home, at school, anywhere. We are presenting us. St. John Chrysostom, he said, if you tell me the sun, it's not shine, I can believe. But if you told me a servant, not a Christian, not service, I'm not going to believe. He said, God, he said, we are the light of the world. And light of the world must shine everywhere. So a Christian person must be a servant. That's St. John Chrysostom, that's what he said. If you tell me the sun not shine, I can't believe. But to tell me a Christian, he not a servant, I'm not going to be. And God, he told the people, go and preach also. Serve everyone. Serve everyone. Don't tell me I'm Christian. And people do not see anything different between me and people outside. Don't tell me you know God if you're not presenting God in front of people. One of the monks went to the monastery. Before he do any service, he just pray in the front of the altar and go do his service. He worshiping the altar. He found Jesus Christ in front of him. He can't believe. He looked to him. He said, God, you know, I love to stay with you, but I have to prepare the food for my brother, the monk. Can you wait for me to come? He left. He prepared the food. He come back. He found him still waiting for him. He told him, thank you, God, because I want your blessing. But you know my service. If he didn't go and do his service for his brother and sister, Jesus will disappear. To show you, when you serve his kids, you can see him. You see him in anything. You see him, he can save you from trouble. He opened your eye in a lot of stuff. Imagine someone, he served John Howard kids. I'm their teacher. One day I stuck with anything. John Howard will leave me? Definitely not. Imagine I serve God's kids. He can leave you into trouble. He will open your eye for a lot of stuff. He will bless you and bless your home. You never spend any time in the church and we call wasted time. If we actually believe we love God, that's why we serve Him, we never can announce we have the Sunday school servant meeting. We never can announce we have a roster for the class. We need the servant to prepare by themselves. We don't have to say your class prepare or not. No, I want to do it. I love the kids. I know the more I get tired and the harder the service, the more I get blessing. What happened to all the disciples? What their end was? All of them, except one. That's a persecute, and at the end of the day, martyr. Only one left. But why? Why are they still serving? And they know. Amba Thomas, the bishop of Corsia, the one who's still alive, one of his village was all Muslim fanatic and a small number of Christians. He sent one of the servants to serve there. So he started to collect the Christian and they give them Sunday school and teach them about Bible. The Muslim people, they hear, they warn him, if you go again, we'll break your leg. So he went to the bishop. The bishop, he told them, if you didn't go, no one blame you. But if you go, you get the blessing. He went. They wait for him. After he finished, they broke his leg. How long I have to stay home? 3 months. The bishop visited him. He said, what you want to do? He said, I will go back. They told him, if you come back, what we gonna do to you? They kill you. Guess what happened? He went back and they killed him. The bishop is still alive. So it's very important. These people, they love God too much. That's why they serve Him. That's why they serve His kids. And on the service, it's not about the quantity, how many service I do. It's not about my service, how big they are, but the very important, how much love you put in your service. God, they got measured different than us. One person, he was a very wise, he teaching in Jewish, he teaching people about the Old Testament. He prepared 80 person to teach around all Judea and all this area. And he was very happy. He asked God, where can I be my position on the heaven? He told him, your position on the heaven, exactly kind of like someone, his name Petrus. Start to look for him everywhere. Until he found him. He found him a butcher, normal butcher. He said, why your position the same position like me? What you doing different? He said, I think you're coming for wrong person. He said, no, you're the one I'm looking for. He told them, every day in the morning, I have my parents still alive, living with me. They're very old. I give them breakfast, I wash them, I prepare everything for them, and I leave to work and I come back to the city. Because his service is very small, but he do it with love and honesty, God, he make his service equal like this person. Exactly like what happened with Saint Anthony. Remember Saint Anthony who said, who can be better than me, or who's like me, can be in the heaven? God, he told him, go visit this person. And when he visited him, he found a normal family, having kids as a normal, but they serve each other, they work all day, and the rest they give it to the poor. Very important. Why I am serving? I remember when I was in Egypt, when we was in the theological college last year, we have to go serve. I was serving in one of the orphan house. End of the year, Abuna Anastasis Samuel is the one who was between the people. They want to put him as a pope. He collects all the orphan houses in Egypt and they make big day for them, or he gives them food and the money, everything. Why? Because a lot of kids, the brother in one house, the sister in one house, they never see each other, only in this one day. So I saw one servant sitting and the kids in his shoulder, in his head, in his lap, around him, and everyone hugging him. I asked one of the servants with me, what's happened? He said, this servant was one of these people in the orphan house. He grew up and be a servant, and he gives all his love to these kids. That's why they love him very much. Service, it's about love. We love God, that's why we love his children. Very important. Not about my service is big, not about my position is big, it's about how you're honest and you love, you do your service. I can't remember if I told you this or not. One in Alexandria, one servant moved to one of the church, and this is church, he went to Abuna, tell him, Abuna, I was servant in my country and I want to serve here. He said, we have, the youth meeting, the number very little, we need help. Just help in this meeting. You can help the coordinator to give sermon, you can help in anything. He said, Abuna, I don't know how to give sermon, but I know I can clean the chair. So Abuna, he said, after 2-3 weeks, the number started getting bigger. After 4-5 weeks, the number getting more bigger. After 6-7 weeks, we have no room to put a chair. After the meeting huge, he told them, come here. What are you doing? He said, Abuna, only I clean the chair. He said, no, there's something different, not only clean chair. He said, every chair, Abuna, I clean, I pray for the person sit on the chair. Every chair I clean, I pray, God bless this person. If I trouble, help him. If he have marriage problem, help me. Everyone. So everyone comes to church, he sits on the chair, he gets the blessing, he go home, talk to people, the number getting bigger and bigger and bigger. His service is very small, but it's effective. Why? Because he do it with love. He know how to serve that. I said I finish 1:30, 5 more minutes, quick. We know the structure of the Sunday school again. We have the primary from kindy to year 2, the Alice looking after this, the group, from 3 to 5, 5 or 6, Michael? 5? Until 6. 3 to 6, until Michael Messiha, Tante Alice, they look after this group. They have once a month zone meeting, and once a month we have family meeting. Family meeting, I will look after this, usually can be the second Sunday of the month. Alright? Please, what we need this year, we need more activity. But do whatever. I am very flexible. You have the coordinator. If you go out with your kids every week, I'd be very happy. I'm very flexible with all this stuff. But look after the kids. Make them happy. When they're happy, they come back. They're not coming back to put them in the chair and have an hour like injection. We have to give you all the lesson now. Make them happy. Smile in their face. We not have to finish full lesson. If the kids have want to discuss anything, discuss. That's your kids. They have a lot of input from outside, and where they can talk. They're not going to talk with parents. They come talk to you. Ask a question if they want anything. Activity. Take them out. Talk to them. Visit them. Number 2, the deliberation of the lesson. I was one of the class. They see who doing the class next week. Please, at least 2 people per class. When I sit with Abuna Proros, I didn't see any 1 minute يا سامر 1 minute. Any class when we sit with Abuna Carlos, they're not less than 4. Any class less than 4? I think no one less than 4. So if you prepare the lesson 2 times a month, can be good. So someone primary he holding the class, the lesson, a second one backup. If something happened to him, we got backup. So you only prepare twice a month. I think that's not too much.
So a more efficient way if the person who prepares sends the lesson to the other students, then at least if he or she can't make it, at least these notes could also help the person.
That's very good. And please, if you can forward the lesson to your zone and they forward to me, or you can forward CC to your coordinator and they forward to me if you want. If you have any question, and please, if you have any question, always ask. If you want me come to give the lesson in your class, I'm here every second Sunday per month. I can come to your class. No problem. Thank God we have Michael here all the time. We have Aunt Alice here all the time. You got a lot of experienced servants with you. Okay? Any question? What time now? Tfadal ya Sam. Samir, by the way, it's the first week for you after how many years? ما خلاص ما تسألش too much يا سامر بقى. Miriam from all the group. عمو سامر ده أنا I said with him long time ago يا عمو سامر. اتفضل يا عمو سامر.